good morning. You're probably gonna watch this in the evening though, so good evening or good afternoon, whatever. So today I don't know, this might wind up being a premiere, so if this is a premiere, hey y'all. I'm working on my plants because it is finally warm enough for me to take them outside. So, you know, I live in Chicago. My indoor plants though, I take them outside for the summertime. They get to have summertime outside too. And the reason why you should do that is because it's really good for your plants. They get the good sunlight, they get the air, you know, it's really good. I've been doing this forever, you know, so every summer I pull out all my plants, put them outside, let them really flourish during the summertime because it's their time. It's their time to shine. So I give them their shine time. So some of them have gone out. So I'm gonna be working on someone to talk about why I'm doing some of the things I'm doing. What is this? Where's the other one? Oh, they're over there. Okay, I'm sorry. But in the meantime, it made me think that a lot of the stuff has come from Amazon. So I wanted to talk about Amazon plants and plant care as I go along, tell you what I'm up to, how I'm dealing with this. So first thing, I'm going to show you all pictures of my big plants. ZZ, which is Seymour, my ZZ plant is outside. I'm going to try to put a picture right here of it. It's living its best life. You know, that thing started out in a pot about this size, I kid you not, about 5-6 years ago. Now it just burst out. So that's that. And then so it's outside now. My Polo Aloe Vera. I'm gonna show pictures of aloe vera, how it looks right now. I'm gonna put that picture right now. That's Big Mama. Now Big Mama, she makes babies. She's been with me for quite some time. I think I've had about the same time I've had my ZZ plant, Seymour, and I'm real upset because these little demons have, you know, they just tore it up. It's because it was wintering in the house. It was just sitting in this little spot. I don't even worry about it because it's the aloe vera. You know, you don't have to water it too often or anything. But these little demons tore my plant apart. So, okay. So that's that. Next up, I'm gonna show you a picture. And this is a little succulent row. And those succulents I bought on Amazon. So this is like, I started buying plants, I think last fall on Amazon. Because just like perfume, I'm one of them people that I don't like everything just to be like everybody else's stuff. So I started looking for plants on Amazon. And some of them worked out, some of them did not. But I'm gonna show you, I'll show you one. Hold on. Okay, so this is one that I got off of Amazon. This is the heart-shaped philodendron. The reason why I got this was because I was looking for a trailing plant. Now, the baby would be trailing a lot more, but y'all know the conversation. I don't even need to say it. The clan, it was trailing down off of my island in the kitchen, and they apparently thought that was a toy. So, hey, they took care of it. But it's coming back, you know. She's getting some new leaves and everything. So, anyway, this is the philodendron. Okay, so next up, now let me fix this. So next up are the succulents. I bought these a little bit earlier this year because I wanted to do some more succulents. Succulents are popular, I wanted some, but I wanted to try out some different ones because a lot of times when you go to the store, you know, you see the same little green echeverias and euphorbias and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted something different, right? So I found someone who was selling a set of a dozen at a decent price because I'm cheap too. That's the other thing, I am cheap. So I went and ordered those. They got here cool. So I'm gonna show you them. The pots they are in are also what I bought, and they're little porcelain. I think they're porcelain or whatever they are. But I like them because they're very clean line. You know, that whole little succulent look. So those are in those. They're doing really well. I'm really proud of them. Some of them are with B because, you know, she got some and I kept some, so that's how that went. So now let's go ahead and talk about, let's get to what I'm doing today. So I'm going to talk about, first off, plant care things that I have gotten, and then I'm going to really start working on some plants. Plant care things that I have gotten from Amazon. I bought these little pots. These I think are 4-inch pots. I'm about to repot some things in them, but I bought these. These are nice little plastic 4-inch pots. They came like really inexpensive. Everything that I'm talking about on Amazon is in my Amazon store under plants and plant care. The plants, if I can't find them, like maybe the person is no longer selling them or something, I couldn't put them on, but anything that is available, I put on. So anyway, I have these are like 4-inch pots. These are good for like when you get baby plants, because you don't want to put your plants in too big of a pot. When you transplant them, you want to give them a little coziness. So these are good for some stuff I'm about to repot today, and I'll show you that in a minute. Then I also got these, and these are little tiny pots. If you see, these are little, I'm gonna open them up. These are these little tiny pots I got for succulents. Because I'm kind of in this succulent thing. Low-key, I'm gonna be selling some in a little bit. So I wanted them to have something cute, like the ones that are rooted and everything, but I didn't want it to be as big as the 4 inches. So these are like 3-inch ones. Got a nice little, you know, it's a cute, and if somebody buys a bunch of them, they can have a cute little look with these nice and clean lines. So that's these right here. Okay. Now the thing is that, and then I was looking into, you know, like if I'm repotting or doing propagating through cuttings, because propagating through cuttings is the easiest thing to do with your plants. So if I'm propagating some plants, I like to put them in peat pot, because these are really good. These are peat pot. When you're transplanting these plants, all you gotta do is just kind of rip these, because this is made of peat. You kind of rip it open to let the roots come through, and then you could just pop this whole thing in. And it's really good for the plants because there's less shock when you repot them, just so you know. So whenever you're buying plants, and the best way to get them is in peat pots, because it is better for the plant. Just a FYI. So I have that. Then I have gotten some orchids. So I got some orchids. Hold on, let me get them for you. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab one, and then I'm gonna put a picture of it. This is one of the orchids that I purchased. I bought a set of 5. Now, let me tell you how my mind works. You can go to the store and you can get Phalaenopsis all day long. I have grown Phalaenopsis over the years, but right now I'm really feeling my house, and I want my house to be just filled with plants again. There was a time when my old house had its plants and everything, but this time I want to be a little more intentional and just have the plants that I want. And since I'm by myself, I can do this a little differently. I can have the spaces, you know, where I've got a little more humidity in the wintertime in my bedroom, things like that. So I bought me some orchids, but what I wanted was different orchids. I didn't want Phalaenopsis. I wanted some Oncidiums, some Dendrobiums, Vanda and things. So I have them now. Now one of them is struggling. I'm hoping I can get it back together. So I had to buy these, but when you buy them like this, to get the best deal, you're not gonna get them spiked or in flower. You're gonna get them like this. So this is a project. This ain't, oh, I bought the, you know, like when you go to the store, because one of the things is when you go to the store and the orchids are flowering, those flowers are going to be gone real quick, and now you're going to be stuck with a spike, and you really have to know how to work with the spike in order to wind up with new flowers. And a lot of people, that's why I always say, unless you're really into orchids, you need to know that you need to, really, Cat? Can you hear that? That's Juicy. She was outside. Now she's ready to come in. So she's gotten on my 3rd floor windowsill, and she calling her babies from the window. So let me let her in. Hold on. Okay, so I'm back. So you buy them pretty much just a root. They send it to you just like this. You're gonna have the root this like this. So this is a project that I'm working on. So when you get them, you gotta have pots, and you wanna have an orchid pot. So I got these orchid pots for them because they have the, with orchids, you need to have the drainage, and they need to have airflow. So that's why you wanna get a pot like this. Now, I then had to get potting medium because you should not grow, you can't pot orchids in regular potting soil, like just standard potting soil. You cannot do that. So I had to go get that. So the first thing I bought was this, which is this charcoal based one. So I'm gonna show it to you. Now, I got this on Amazon. I got this. Now the thing about it is, part of the reason why I do all this Amazon shopping is because A, I'm lazy, I don't feel like going to the store all the time, and B, a lot of times when I'm thinking about these things, it's nighttime. So I have to, go ahead and, I start looking around for stuff. Speaking of stuff, are you drinking your water? Are you hydrating? I'm on y'all about the hydration. So I started them in that, but then I was like, no, this is really not what you see orchids in. And it wasn't like, it's hard to like get them supported in the charcoal, not the charcoal, but the bark and everything. So then I said, okay, think of what you're supposed to be doing. So what I did was so now they're actually two parts to how I potted them. So this is orchid moss. This is actually what you want them to be in order to pot them well. So it's just like a moss. You wet it up and then you put them in. Will you stop calling these cats? They ain't got no, you know what, these things have no chill. They're more than mama. Ugh. Okay, so then what I did was I undid them in the bark, and what I have, if you could see the bark at the bottom, because the bark helps with drainage, and then they're actually sitting in the moss. So what will happen is that the roots will be able to wrap up in all of this, and that's fine, but the moss holds more moisture, so they can get the moisture, and then they're fine. So right now I just watered them. So yeah, so there's the orchids. Now, as we go along, let's just talk about some other things as I go along. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna be doing today. I don't necessarily say I'm gonna show you all everything I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna step by step you through some things about the plants. Okay, so other plants that I wanted some eucalyptus. Eucalyptus you can't go to a store and find. You just really can't. So I found a eucalyptus grower, and I've gotten 3. It was a really good deal. So I have 3 of them right now. So I have 3 little babies. So I think I'm going to repot them. These are forage plants. They're doing pretty well. Now the thing with eucalyptus I found, because I actually had one a little earlier this year and it didn't survive, is that you have to be really on point with them because they dry out really quickly and they're very delicate, especially at this stage because they're tiny. So you kind of got to watch them and then make sure you're watering them well. They need a lot of sun, which means they dry out. So there's a balance that I'm working on with the eucalyptus. So today I need to repot these in like a 6-inch pot to give them some space to grow. So I have 3 of them. I think I've got 3 6-inch pots around here. If not, I'm gonna order some because I did see some on Amazon that I like. But I usually recycle pots. So hopefully I have a couple of pots that I can put them in because I got a bunch of stuff I need to repot. Oh, I might need to get me some new pots. So that's one of the things that I have going on. So I'm gonna be repotting the eucalyptus. Like I said, I got these. I think they're still available and they're on my the plant side, my plant on my Amazon store. Link is, oh, by the way, the link is in the bio. I'm gonna put that in, I'll do that. Okay, so we have these. So they need to be repotted. repotting those. I need to move some things around. So I'm gonna show you some things that I have. Now this is a, let me see what this is. This is an apple scented geranium. I've gotten back into scented geraniums because let me move my water before I get dirt all in it. I don't know where to put it. You know how when your water go down wrong and it just hit here and it hurt? I just had too much. You know, I go up too much. Okay. So I'm back into scented geraniums. This is an apple scented one. I used to keep these around because in my house, I was on this years ago when I still had my house, and I you know, it's like I'm going back to who I was when I was married and things that I liked about myself back then and things that had kind of gotten away from me. I mean, I did a little of this, but not to the extent I am now. You know, and it's like, I was just thinking about this. What if I decide to move out of state? I'm gonna have to have a whole thing to move my damn plants. I just thought about that. I'm like, I'm gonna have to have like a something on the back of a truck to move my plants, because these babies, I would never trust my plants with somebody. Okay, but anyway, let me keep going. So anyway, this is an apple scented geranium. So they have, if you see, they have little delicate flowers. It's not about the flowers. It's about, oh my God, the scent. This, you rub them, oh, they smell so good. So the part of what I like is like in the summertime, you put them out and then the breeze hits them and you get these beautiful scents coming off of them. But this, oh my goodness. I got this from Logi's greenhouse. I'll show you right here. This is a really good greenhouse. Now this one's they expensive, but they're a really good greenhouse if you're looking for interesting plants, things that you don't necessarily like, indoor house plants and things that you don't see everywhere. They're gonna be pricey, but you will get some interesting plants. Now another thing that I had to get from Amazon right now, I'm gonna put this back into this one right here because it was sitting in here, and I'm gonna put this one back here for now so it's out of my way, because I know I don't have to do anything with this one but just take it outside. So this is I need to go outside, so I'm gonna put this over here. Now if you notice, I got this drip tray. I'm converting my drip trays right now because those are the cheap ones that I get at like Home Depot or Lowe's, and I buy them by the stack and they're really super cheap, but they degrade, they crack, they mess up. So I decided I needed to get some better ones. So I found these on Amazon. This is all about Amazon. I found these drip trays. So they came in a stack in different sizes. So, and they're nice and sturdy plastic, so I won't have to keep replacing them. Because I thought about it, I said, okay, you need to stop replacing this. This is stupid and just not economical, you know, the replacement. Just get some good ones that are sturdy, that you could just, you know, move them around. So I am gonna need some bigger ones, I gotta measure out my big ones and find some really nice ones for them so that they have a nice one, because I tend to buy these little cheapies and eventually they crack and they're gone. So that is another issue that I have with them. Okay, now let's go ahead on to something else. Hold on just one second. Yeah, Louise, you're getting stuff in your water. Hold on just a second. Okay, I can drink my water now. I got the dirt out. Okay, so now the next thing is these. I bought these drip trays. So like when I have a bunch of little plants, I can just put them on here. So I bought a stack of these and they've been very helpful. Like when I take some of these out, they're going to like these 4-inch plants, I'm gonna just stick a bunch, like 2 of them on here. Then I don't have to worry about a drip tray for those. I got plans. See what I'm saying? I've been thinking things through. So those are the drip trays that I've been using. Now I have these that I purchased. I found these at a grocery store. And if you all don't know, you should look in your grocery stores for plants, especially herbs. So this is Thai basil. It's in a, see what I'm saying? This is a peat pot. This one is really hard though. I might have to take this one out because this I don't know, this one might not transplant well, but I'm gonna transplant this one too to another 6-inch pot. Like I said, I need to check because I don't think I have enough that are available that I can just reuse. I saw some nice white 6-inch pots, so I stack them. And the thing that I've been finding on Amazon is like I can buy a bunch, you know, I can find packs of stuff, so it helps. So if I can't find something to put this in, because this is actually in a pretty good one, so I might need to put it, and this basil is going to grow, I know, because I grow basil. So I'm gonna put this in a bigger pot. Yeah, these came in like these pots. This is a plastic pot. This is a new basil because I destroyed my basil last year. Let's not talk about it. Don't judge me. So, because they should have been here for this year. So I have these. So I'm going to repot them in something a little bit bigger so they have some room to grow and be happy for the summertime. So they're getting repotted. And then so now we talked about those. Now let's talk about some more plants and some more stuff I'm on. I've been into these succulents, right? So I bought those succulent plants, but then I said, why, what else can I do? And then I started seeing succulent cuttings, and they were so cheap. So I said, well, let me look at these. How do these work? And I just got a leaf in my water. That's okay, it was basil. So then I said, let me get some succulent cuttings. Much more inexpensive than buying a fully rooted, plant. Hold on. Okay, for real, y'all. I think I'm missing a kitten. I think I'm missing a kitten. I'm trying to find, it's 5 of them, but I keep only seeing 4. So I'm trying to figure out where this other kitten is. I don't think it's at the house. It should be at the house. But I don't know, y'all. And Juicy acting crazy. So I don't know. I got to figure this out. Okay, so I know y'all was like, what? I'll give y'all an update by the time I film this. By the time this is uploaded, y'all watch it, I will put the update if I found a kitten, and I know there's 5 here, because right now, I don't know. I'm very confused. All right, so anyway, started getting into succulents, right? Then I saw succulent cuttings were so much cheaper. So Louise said, let's get some succulent cuttings. So I bought some succulent cuttings. And I potted some up individually. But then I saw these right here and decided, why don't you do these little gardens? People want succulent gardens. So I'm all about the hustle, because sis got bills to pay, perfume to buy, things like that. So then I started looking at these. I'm like, so people are really into this, huh? Let's see what we can do. So I found these beautiful little pots for succulent gardens, right? These are terracotta. Now, when I went to buy some more, these come in a set of 6. Then I couldn't find these again. Now they're back in stock, so I might get some more. So I found these too. These are little, they're wider, but not they're shallower. So I'm gonna do a few in those. That was a set of 6. So let me show y'all the gardens that I've done with them. Let me show y'all the gardens that I've done right here. So here's one of the gardens that I created. Now this one in the middle is actually, I took a cutting off of one of my plants because I wanted to see, could I do a cutting? But here's one of them. Isn't it gorgeous? It came out so good. So here's one of them. So I'm planning on, once I get them together, I will be selling them, each of them, trying to decide. Before y'all ask me, I will not be shipping them because I don't know how to ship plants. Plus they're in terracotta, so it makes it a little more problematic to ship because that could break, So, sorry. If you're in the Chicagoland area, though, I will be selling them. Just saying. All right, so that's that. So now I have more succulents coming because I want to make more gardens. And so I bought these. So I got these right here. And then I got these right here. So what I'm doing right now is, and then I got these right here. Let me see. Yeah, those. Oh, and look at these. It's all beautiful colors. So what I have now is I'm waiting on is from another grower. It's a set of 100 succulent cuttings. So I can create these because you do about 10 to a dozen cuttings in here. And then that's how you do it. Now, when you're dealing with cuttings, the thing I wanted to show you all is this. You need this. So you're like, how do you work with cuttings? To make them grow faster. So the way you do with cuttings is you need to get some rooting hormone. So this is I've used this for years. This is a rooting hormone powder. And so basically all I do is I stick the powder in the top, and then you just wet the tip of whatever the cutting is, get it wet so you can dip it in there, get the powder on there, the rooting hormone on, and then just put it in the dirt. And then just wait and the roots will come. So those are all rooting now, and I can tell they are because I've seen growth. And so these I will be rooting. Now the thing with these are succulents. So until I get the 100, which is taking forever to get here, I put them all in here, and I'm just misting them to make sure they don't dry out. So every couple of days I'm misting them because they will continue to grow. They won't because they're succulents, so they hold the water. So I'm just misting them to make sure that they stay healthy and together. So that's what I'm doing with those. So that's the succulents. Now, a couple of other things you need if you are into plants. I'm about to put y'all on game. Okay, I'm about to put y'all on game. First off, you need snippers. These are pruning snippers, and these are really good just so you can prune your plants, to make sure you get in there, get out, and it's small enough so that you can get in there and cut out the things you need to. So these are really good pruning snippers. Now this right here is about to change your life. If you one of them people who say, I'm so terrible with plants, I can't get them to, I got a brown thumb, this is going to turn your brown thumb to green. This is a moisture meter right here. You don't need, it doesn't take batteries or anything. It just checks the moisture. So what you do with this is that you stick it in your plants, and I'm going to stick it in one so you can see one right here. I have an aloe vera sitting right here. You stick it in the plant, and then it tells you the moisture level. Now right now that moisture level, because I just watered them, it's wet, so leave it alone, it's good. So this is the way that you check your plants to see if they need to be watered. Now let me just tell you, and on top of it they give you a plant watering guide telling you what levels they need to be on when you need to water them, because some do need to dry out really dry, like succulents, orchids, things like that, but some don't. Like for instance this one right here, which is I'm trying to save this baby right here. This is a gardenia plant. It was one of those half price plants at Lowe's, and it was all shriveled up because it was dried out. A gardenia plant needs to stay moist. So right now I'm working on keeping it moist. Now, honestly, it's root bound in here. So I am going to be repotting it, but now it was all shriveled up and dry. Now the leaves are coming out again. So I'm happy. So we're happy. Now, and then the other thing is I have some orchid food around here. Your plants need food. I go for organics because right now I live in an apartment and I can't have a compost bin, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just too problematic trying to deal with it here. If I was living in a house, I would have a compost heap or a bin or something. So I don't have it here. So I'm using organics. One of the good ones I'm about to order is a fish fertilizer. It's really good for your plants. Orchids have a specific type of food they need, so I do have something for them that I'm about to give them today. And then, other ones you could just get a really balanced one. I think gardenias need a more acid-rich one, so I have to look that up to see what type of fertilizer they need, because this is the growing season and you really need to fertilize more heavily in this time of year. When they're in hibernation, when it's winter time, it's like maybe once or a month, maybe every other month you can fertilize. But at this time of year, it's the time they're going to be flourishing. It's their time. We're going to be out here in the sun living their best life. So I want to make sure they're really, really well fertilized. So that's what's going on with the plants right now. I've got a bunch that need to be repotted. Going to repot a little bit. I might even go live and repot, but I'm going to not be talking about all of these things right now. And so that's it for now. And I'm just gonna let you know what, I'm gonna do a few little edits, but y'all gonna see this because it's all about the plants. If you have any questions or anything, I am not a plant expert, so let me just put that out there. I just know what I'm doing with my plants, but I can help a little bit. So anyway, if you have plant questions, thinking about stuff like that, then go ahead, contact me. I'll try. All right, talk to you later. See ya. Oh, be bold, be brave, be fearless, be free. I swear there's a kitten missing.